Until now, the textile industry and textile products are still the government's mainstay in absorbing labor, meeting domestic needs and generating foreign exchange. However, in the last 10 years this sector seems to have been neglected until it has experienced stagnation in growth and a downward trend in net foreign exchange where export growth averages only about 2% while import growth reaches 9%. This sector seems to have been held hostage by import activities. In the midst of the COVID-19 condition, the movement has actually been felt in the third semester of 2020. However, the revival did not last long. At the end of the first quarter of 2021, the textile industry actually experienced great pressure because the volume of imports of apparel soared sharply in the domestic market. Redma Gita Wirawasta believes that state support is a solution to revive the domestic textile industry. The Secretary General of the Indonesian Filament Yarn and Fiber Producers Association, APSIFI, assessed that government support does not have to be in the form of incentives or stimulus. Import control and equal treatment between imported and domestic products are seen as the best solution for the industry as a way to naturally encourage investment. How is the business condition in the textile sector during the COVID-19 pandemic? We are in the upstream sector of textiles because we make fiber and filament yarn. The condition is almost the same with the textile sector. So the main challenge comes from importing raw materials and finished goods? Yes, that's right. If you want to talk about the main challenges in the past 2 years, the raw materials for fabric and yarn. But if now it's the finished material. So everything is brushed with them. We see that the most difficult challenge to face is when there is an import of finished goods. This has an impact on small and medium-sized industries, which are currently not actively producing. How will the government respond? Well, yesterday, Mr. Minister of Cooperatives and SMEs, Mr. Tayton, some have been stopped from importing finished goods through e-commerce. But that's what the stall stopped. But now there are many online stalls owned by local people but all of the goods are imported. That's still going on. Has the association made input to the government regarding this situation? We at the association have conveyed that since 2019, imports of apparel goods have had an upward trend and continue to rise. Regarding fiscal policy, such as tax and customs incentives, what is your view? Incentives in the customs sector are actually incentives for imported goods. That's a problem. The government may make an incentive argument for raw materials and so on, that's okay for us. But it is necessary to look at the supply of raw materials in the business sector like ours. There are already many. If you want to look at the capacity of domestic fabric producers, it's actually already oversupply. How about policies related to taxation and customs? This is what causes a lot of problems with the bumper. So previously, for used imported goods, the tax was not used at the time of sale to the market. For example, he uses production using imported logs and the convection company buys the goods without using a tax invoice.